This is Real Estate Radio. The Erik Hatch team is highly motivated, innovative, and knowledgeable for all things real estate. This is Real Estate Radio.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and real estate fans alike. Thanks so very much for tuning into Real Estate Radio this morning. I'm your host, Erik Hatch of Hatch Realty, and if you ever want to stop by and see us, why don't you do so? Because we're located at 1205 16th Avenue South, the corner of University Drive and 16th Avenue South. So if you're over at Bernie's Liquors, stocking up for the Super Bowl later today, you can head across the street and visit. Well, we're going to be closed this afternoon, but in all honesty, we'd love to have you stop by. We'd love to spend some time with you to talk about real estate. And holy cow, this market is heating up. We listed a house earlier this week, and it went active, which means when it goes active, it means the listing is now seen online for everybody. The sign is in the yard. The owners are ready for showings. We listed the house at 3:30. Before the 2-hour time period was up, before 5:30, the house was shown, an offer was written, and they gave a full price offer on the house, all within a 2-hour time period of the house being listed. Now, I bring that up because there are so many buyers out there right now that are hungry and starving to see a house. If ever were a time to not have to do all those final little touch-up projects, it's actually right now. Traditionally, you want your house to look in the most presentable of ways, and I'd still advise you to do everything you can to make your house shine. But let's say, for example, you had, maybe a little bit of paint that you needed to touch up, or you had carpets that needed to be cleaned. All are great things to do, but sometimes life takes over. Sometimes things get a little bit busy, and this is your opportunity to maybe avoid doing some of those projects. Probably by the time you close on your property, you'd want to have those done. But holy cow, there are buyers aplenty out there right now ready to pay the price that you want for your house. So if you want to get the price that you're dreaming of for your house, we should talk. 701-369-4839 or head to our website at livefargomoorhead.com. First things first, let's find out what's happening with real estate news this week.
Could you imagine living in 97 square feet? Tiny houses, some might even call them teeny tiny, are growing in popularity among buyers in the second home market. Some are even making them their primary residence. Leaf House, a tiny home builder based out of Whitehorse, Yukon, Canada, has downsized from its 215 square foot house that can sleep a family of 4 to its most recent 97 square foot model. The smaller version is constructed with vacuum insulation panels and is designed to withstand the extreme cold. Being so well insulated, the tiny house doesn't need a lot of heating. In fact, all it has are 2 radiant electric panels totaling only 800 watts. We're talking a hairdryer here, turned to low, writes Lloyd Alter, managing editor of Tree Hugger, in his recent review. Leaf House also builds custom tiny homes and can deliver the house or build it on site. And that's what's making real estate news this week. You're listening to Erik Hatch with Real Estate Radio.
Breaking in, shaping up. Some of you who've had a chance to listen to the show for a while or know me personally or intimately understand and know that my heart belongs to the places that give back. We, of course, have our Hatch's Heroes program. We have things that Hatch Realty is invested in all the time. We have a few things we're really passionate about in Fargo-Moorhead. One is the United Way. 2 is Legacy Children's Foundation. And number 3 is the Big Brother, Big Sister program as a part of the Village. So we've invited in this morning from the Village Susan Smith from Northwood, North Dakota. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning.
And you are not in Northwood anymore, are you?
No, I came to college down here several years ago, we'll say.
We're not going to
yeah,
rig that
right.
up. Perfect.
That's right.
4 years ago. How's that?
That's about right.
And you have a 19-year-old, so this gets really weird really quick. So, Susan, you work at the Village. Tell us about what you do and tell us about your passions.
Okay. Well, I'm the program director for Big Brothers, Big Sisters over at the Village. And so what I do is I really, try to support the program. What we do is we find mentors to work with youth that really need additional adult support.
Mm-hmm. Well, and truth be told is I grew up without a father in my life, and I grew up in this community, and I had a mom who worked really hard, but boy, there was just a lack of stuff. There was a lack of influence beyond my own personal circle. I had an aunt and cousins who were really involved, and I had my mom, but I lack some male influence. And so, you know what we did is we headed over to the village and I got myself a big brother.
Oh, awesome.
And-
I did not know that.
Yeah. And
Awesome.
so what does that process look like if somebody is without a father or without a mother or and it really doesn't matter, right? It's just somebody who needs a little bit of extra love.
Exactly. Most of the kids that we serve live in one-parent homes, and they have limited or no contact with the other parent or any other significant adult that could just spend time with them. And most of them, as you're saying, are boys. We tend to get more boys referred to the program than girls, simply because they're really in need of that extra male role model in their lives.
That breaks my heart in a sense. There's my wife's a first grade teacher and she works at a school that has some extra need as well. We talk every day about, oh my gosh, what can we be doing to make a better difference? And for those of you listening, yes, this is still real estate radio, but I sometimes we just need to change the script a little bit. And instead of just talking about houses, we need to talk about the need that's out there. And we try to find ways to take care of this community. So, of course, we've invited in Susan Smith from the Village and the Big Brother, Big Sister program with us. So as we move forward, you said off air that there are two major needs that Big Brother, Big Sister has. What are those?
Our needs always seem to be funding and money. So money and men are our two needs.
Money and men, the M&Ms of the world, right?
That's right.
Well, I'd have to say that both those needs are traditionally, I don't want to say overlooked, but we all have our charities and we all have our things in this community that we love to support. And I never wanted to detract or derail anyone from giving somewhere else. But for those people out there who maybe are looking for something to give, why would Big Brother, Big Sister program be a great entity for them?
Just because the difference it can make in the lives of these kids. Over the years, I've seen so many improvements. Kids are doing better in school. They're getting along better with their peers and their family. They're making better decisions. And just in the time that I've been there, I've seen kids grow up through the program, and they're able to continue their education in college, and then get good jobs and give back themselves. So that full circle.
Well, and I can tell you, Susan, that I'm a product of the Big Brother, Big Sister program. And
Awesome.
and my sister was in the Big Brother, Big Sister program as well. And we had people who were deeply involved in our lives. Now, who traditionally steps up to be a big?
A variety of individuals. You need to be at least 18 years of age or older.
Sure.
We tend to get quite a few college students that volunteer, and a lot of them volunteer with our school-based program because that aligns very well with the academic year or the school year.
That doesn't have a time constraint as opposed to like the number of years that they need to serve, and there's not a huge financial commitment with that.
Definitely not a huge financial commitment. We do ask for at least a 1-year commitment to the program and hope that it could continue long past that. But research has actually shown that matches that last less than 6 months can be more detrimental to the kids because it's an adult coming into their lives and all of a sudden they're gone again. So that's why we ask for at least a 1-year commitment. And as far as finances, we really try to stress low cost to no cost activities. If you're involved in the school-based program, we have board games and sports equipment and arts and crafts and things like that up there just for them to work on together as well.
What about those people who aren't college students? Let's say somebody's listening right now and maybe their kids are at an age right now where they don't need as much hand-holding, or maybe their kids are even out of the house. What would we say to those people?
We would love to have them call and learn a little bit more about the program, simply because, they've raised their own kids. They have that experience. They're stable in the community, and that is so important because it's that consistency that really makes that difference and builds that strong relationship.
Now, I have to believe that it's one of those give and take things. We oftentimes get involved and invested in service and being a big, and you think you're doing it to take care of that other kid, whether it be a young man or a young woman. But what's the true fact of that?
And certainly they are helping the children, but we hear time and time again that the volunteers are getting just as much out of it as the kids. They're able to do some fun things again, simply, but then also just the rewarding experience of having that relationship. It's a two-way street, and they're getting just as much out of it.
Yeah, I love what you just said. Now, there's an event coming up that people can can jump on board and maybe learn a little bit about, they can find a way to financially give back if they're not interested in being a big, and what is that?
That is our Bowl for Kids' Sake event, and it's coming up. We have 3 different event dates starting February 27th, running Fridays through March 13th. So we are encouraging people to, they can either be a lane sponsor through a company, or they could come out and participate in the event, form a team, come out, raise some money, and have some fun.
I love it. And Hatch Realty's been a part of this now.
Yes.
3 or 4 years, and we're happy to be one of your major sponsors.
Yes.
And I'm happy to be out there bowling, showing off my former league skills. Did you know that I do have the body of a professional athlete, but that professional athlete just happens to be a bowler?
That is awesome.
It's not really. Not really. So if people want to learn about the Big Brother, Big Sister program, where do they go?
They could certainly call the Village, and that number is 451-4900, or they could go to our website, and that is simply bbbsfargo.org.
BBBS, Big Brother, Big Sister, Fargo.org.
Correct.
Perfect. Susan Smith of the Village, thanks so very much for coming in. Stick around with Real Estate Radio, and at the break, why don't you head to livefargomorehead.com to check out some houses. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch.
Stick around. More Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch after this.
Don't survive. I was born free.
This is Real Estate Radio. The Erik Hatch team is highly motivated, innovative, and knowledgeable for all things real estate. This is Real Estate Radio.
Welcome back to Real Estate Radio. As always, I'm your host, Erik Hatch. And guess what? I just got back from Aspen, Colorado. Aspen is one of the most beautiful places that God's ever put on this earth. And I was there to continue some education. That always sounds weird, to continue some education, but that's what continuing education is. I got a chance to surround myself with some of the most high-minded realtors and big thinkers out there, and we spent an awful lot of time talking about real estate, of course. And our focus of the convention was to try to figure out how we can make each other better. And I have to tell you this, we in Fargo-Moorhead have a gold mine that we're sitting on. And this gold mine is the fact that our market tends to be predictable. We know where the market's going, and that's an absolutely positive thing. But as we talked in our group out in Aspen, really the conversation switched to talk about oil. And of course, the oil prices have dropped. They're staying steady now, if not starting to climb up just a little bit again. But we understand, especially in a state that has a heavy production of oil, that things are going to change. I can't tell you what the future holds for one of the first times in quite some time. When people ask me, Erik, when's a good time to sell my house? Traditionally, my answer is yesterday. And the reason why is because we knew the conditions of yesterday. Today will oftentimes have the same conditions of yesterday, but tomorrow I can't predict. If oil prices stay down, what we're going to see is, I think we'll see new construction that becomes a little less expensive. But on the flip side is our resale houses are gonna slow down in their appreciation as well. A lot of people are relying on oil and production and things out west in order to make some extra capital. And because we're missing out on that opportunity right now, I have to believe that real estate will be affected. So if your question is, Erik, when is the right time to sell? Oh my gosh, it's right now. If it can't be yesterday, it has to be right now. Because if tomorrow we see some value maybe slow down, if not decrease on our properties, the time to sell is going to be right now to get that max dollar out. So if you're sitting on your house and you're thinking, you know what, spring is coming up, and if you want to sell in spring, by the way, traditionally a house sits on the market for about 30 days, and then it takes another 30 to 60 days to close. So by the time your house closes, it's going to be spring. So we should talk. If you're thinking about selling, give Hatch Realty the opportunity to try and earn your business. We'd love to interview for the job. 369-4839, or to find out what your home is worth, head to livefargomorehead.com. It's time now for the Erik Hatch team's picks of the week here on Real Estate Radio. That's right, my friends. Each week we need to tell you about these screaming deals that you don't want to miss out on. And by the time you hear this, somebody might be at that doorstep trying to buy your next dream home. So act quickly. I have two homes I want to feature today. The first is 1708 23rd Street South in Fargo. Again, 1708 23rd Street South in Fargo. If you want a house tucked away in a super convenient location, if you desire a lot of space inside, if you want a nice sized garage, a great yard, if you want fully developed trees, and if you only want to spend $220,000, this house is for you. Sincerely, you can't find many things nicer than this. Now, it has 3 bedrooms, and the reason why it has a little bit less of the bedrooms is because we have some extra space with this superb den in this house. Especially if you're somebody who works from home or wants a nice quiet space to retreat to, this could be the house for you. The other property I don't want you to miss out on is out in South Fargo in the Woodhaven neighborhood, 4233 44th Avenue South. 4233 44th Avenue South. For $430,000, prepare to be enamored with a house. Exquisite from top to bottom, inside and out. We're talking a 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom house. It's really difficult to find anything this nice anywhere else in town. So don't sleep on this one or you're not going to be able to sleep in it. Now, these houses and more can all be seen at livefargomorehead.com. Or to have your own home featured on Real Estate Radio, give us a call at 369-4839. Holy cow, the time has flown by this morning. I can't believe that we are almost out of time, but alas, we are. And so I do want to close with a couple of final thoughts. The first is this. I really encourage you to head out to the Big Brother, Big Sister Bowl for Kids' Sake event. Again, end of February to March 10th, I believe, is what Susan shared with us. That is a stellar event. It's a great way to have fun with coworkers, with family, with friends, whatever it may be. The opportunity's there to bowl. They give you a free pizza. They give prizes away. And you're simply doing it out of the goodness of your heart to make a difference in the lives of some kids. Also, if you have the time, if you have the resources, consider investing in the Big Brother, Big Sister program. I have to tell you, it helped to change my life. And I love supporting the Big Brother, Big Sister program, and I hope that you can find a way to give as well. The second is this. Again, we keep talking about these home values, and we keep talking about the idea of selling your house. I don't know if your time to sell is today or tomorrow or a year from now, but realistically, you and I should talk. We should find out what your home is worth. We should find out where the market's going because it's shifting by the day right now. And the best possible opportunity we have is for you and I to connect so we can figure out the exact way to take care of you and yours. Now, one last time, please reach out to us at livefargomorehead.com or give us a call at 701-369-4839. My name's Erik Hatch with Hatch Realty, and I sure appreciate you tuning into Real Estate Radio this morning on the Mighty 790 KFGO.
'Cause I'm gonna make this place yours.